Hello children, welcome back again to EDUHUNT classes where you can excel your academics. In this particular video, we are going to learn the separation of a mixture of two immiscible liquids. Okay, what are immiscible liquids, children? In the basic class, I told you what is immiscible liquids. Immiscible liquids are nothing but they are two liquids which does not mix together because those have different densities. Okay, so based on that, we are going to separate a mixture from that of given example. Okay. Shall we start the class? Yes. Separation of a mixture of two immiscible liquids. What is the meaning of immiscible? Does not mix, we can say. Okay. Those liquids does not mix and does not, react also, and these are separately present in the particular one liquid only. Okay. Yes. And here we have the slides number 1, that is the given separation of a mixture of two immiscible liquids. Okay, so the separation of two immiscible liquids is based on the difference in their densities. As we know, it is having a density difference between those two taken immiscible liquids. Okay, there is a difference in their densities. Okay, what is density? Density is a measure of mass by volume. What is this, children? Mass by volume. Okay. Based upon that, these two immiscible liquids are not mixing together. Okay. They have separate layers on upon the particular same container. Okay. So here we have the apparatus used for separation is nothing but separating funnel. Okay. We have the main apparatus for this particular process for separating two immiscible liquids of a mixture is nothing but separating funnel. Here is the separating funnel. Okay, you can see the particular picture over here. It is having some inverted, it is having some large area in the top and coming down to this having the small content, and it is having a stop cock over here to just stop it and on it, so that the liquid from here just go here one by one, drop by drop. Okay, and top of that we have a special opening to pour the liquid. Okay, this is named as separating funnel. Okay, and here we go how the process goes. We just see and go and check. Okay, this is a method where we are going to separate two immiscible liquids. Okay, we have so many examples. Daily examples, if you observe, are oil and water. Oil, it may be coconut oil, cooking oil, anything. Okay, oil and water. And here in this particular process, we are going to take it, the oil of kerosene oil, and also water. You can also even consider with the petrol or diesel with water. Okay, water and other oil we can take for general examples in the daily life. Okay, in this particular process, I am going to take both, that is water and kerosene oil. Okay, here we go with the methods. The mixture of two immiscible liquids is put in a separating funnel and allowed to stand for some time. Children, what we will do? We will take the mixture of the immiscible liquids. What immiscible taken here? Okay, let's write here. The immiscible liquids taken here are water and kerosene oil. So these two immiscible liquids are poured in the separating funnel. We can open this cap like this, children. Opening this cap, what happens? The cap opens, the cork opens. We'll just pour both water and as well as kerosene on the particular funnel, and here we are going to stop it because there should be no leaking from the end of the bottom. So we'll stop this cork with the stop cork, and we'll just open this cap simply from the top of the particular separating funnel. We'll just pour both water and kerosene oil from the top. Okay, after pouring the kerosene oil and also the water, we are going to leave it for some time and let it stand for some time because the separation should go, no? Yes, for some time we have to leave it for a while and then we'll observe the process, how it is going on. Okay, now next one. So leave it stand for some time. The mixture separates into two layers. We know those both are not at all mixing by any method because those both are having different densities because their mass and volumes are different. Okay, so what happens? We'll just pour both the liquids, which is water and also the kerosene oil. We'll leave it for some time, and after that what we'll observe? they both are separating their layers, where kerosene oil comes top of the particular, yes, the liquid, and water will settle down of the particular the liquid. Okay. So here we have the mixtures separates into two layers according to the densities of the liquids in it. Okay. We know what is having more density. Water is having more density than that of kerosene oil. Yes, because the reason water is having more density than kerosene oil will settle down of the particular funnel, of the separating funnel. This is the one. Okay. And yes, here we go with the next one. Water and kerosene oil are two immiscible liquids, as we know. Pour the immiscible liquids mixture in the separating funnel. Again we are going to do it, and allow the mixture to stand for a half an hour or more, based upon the observation of the separating funnel. Okay, if both the things, what components, the liquids, water and the kerosene oil, if both of them are separated equally with the particular separating funnel, if you see any particular borderline between those, we can do with the process. But if not, just wait for a while, and it may take half an hour or so based on the content you have taken. Okay. So here we are taking immiscible liquids, both of them, so water and kerosene oil, waiting for half an hour or more. Okay. We have to carefully observe if those both are separated correctly and uniformly. Okay, done. Now, for half an hour or more, it forms how many layers, children? 2 layers. What is the first layer? The top is kerosene oil and down one is water. Very good. Water being heavier forms the lower layers in the separating funnel. Okay. In the separating funnel, the lower layer is occupied by water and the upper layer is occupied by kerosene oil. Okay. Now, whereas kerosene being lighter, because kerosene is having lighter density, no? Being lighter in weight, forms the upper layer. On opening the stopcock of separating funnel, the lower layer of water comes out first and collected in a beaker. So what happens, after taking the water in the, after the placement of both separating of 2 layers, kerosene and water, we are going to slowly turn this stopcock. We are going to collect the water first, placing the beaker down. We are going to collect the water drop by drop. Okay. So whenever the water is completed, the last edge of the water droplets are there, we are going to slowly close it down, and when the water is completely coming down from the beaker, collected in the beaker, we are going to stop the cork. Okay. Hence, there should be no oil, kerosene oil coming down of the particular funnel. You have to carefully do the process. Okay. So, we are going to separate like this in the particular beaker. Okay. When the water layer has completely run off, then stop the cork. Okay. The stop cork is closed. Okay. After the water is completely run off, we have to stop the cork. In the sense, you have to close the stop cork. Okay. Now, the kerosene oil is left behind. Yes, we know, because water, everything is collected in the particular beaker. In the particular separating funnel, we are going to observe only kerosene oil present after the particular removal of water from the separating funnel. Okay. So, we are going to take the left behind. What is that? Kerosene oil is left in separation funnel. It can be removed in a separate beaker by opening the stopcock again. Okay. If you want to collect that also, you have to collect. Take out the water containing beaker aside and place a new beaker and again open the stopcock. Hence, the kerosene will fall down. Okay. And how the process, the apparatus setup, we will see. Okay, the process and apparatus setup. Here it is, the particular picture says the separating funnel where we are going to add both kerosene oil and water in the particular separating funnel and leaving for half an hour or more until when they both, the immiscible liquids, are separately formed with 2 layers. Okay, one is upper layer, the other one is lower layer. One is upper layer, the other one is lower layer. Upper layer, lower layer. Okay. So, which one is upper layer now? The kerosene oil occupies the upper layer and the lower layer is occupied by water. Very good. So, here I am writing here lower layer is by water upper layer is by kerosene oil. Okay, clear no? So why we see the separation of these two layers? Because of they have difference in their densities. Very good. And kerosene oil is having lighter in compared to that of water. So it is occupying upper layer of the particular separating funnel. Whereas water being heavier liquid, it is occupying the lower layer of the separating funnel. Okay. Lighter liquid, which is kerosene oil, upper layer, and heavy liquid, which is water, occupied in the lower layer. Okay, this is the process. And done. If you place a beaker, we are going to open the stopcock, pouring all the water at one beaker, closing the stopcock again, collecting the kerosene in the next step. Okay, next beaker. This is how the separation of immiscible liquids using being very good separating funnel. So this is the one other picture for you with the help of the beaker. Also, I am placing it here. So separating funnel, kerosene on top of the particular upper layer and water in the lower layer, and we are opening the stopcock, loosening the screw. What happens? The funnel will give the chance to run off the particular present in the lower layer first, and the water will coming down now, drop by drop, the water is running off, and when the water level is done, we are going to close the stopcock and we are going to collect the water in one beaker now, and after that again we are placing other beaker to collect the kerosene oil. This is all the process of separating the two immiscible liquids. Okay children, this is all about that. And here you can see the process of the beaker which is containing water, which is coming from the separating funnel drop by drop. Okay, this is all about the separating funnel and how it is used to separate both water and content and also the kerosene oil separately, because these both having different densities you can collect happily by the separating funnel. Only one apparatus is used, that's it. Okay, once again, separating funnel, this is kerosene oil, water, stopcock, this is beaker and containing water. Okay, now next, what is application? Why are we using this particular separating process with the help of separating funnel? Is there any other uses from this? We'll see. Okay, applications of separating the particular two miscible liquids. Okay, now to separate mixture of oil and water. Okay, and in the extraction of iron from its ore, this is very important children, in the extraction of iron from its ore, the lighter slag which is having the lighter density, it is removed from the top by this method to leave the molten iron at the bottom of the furnace. We have Buckminster furnace, in that we will place all this ore containing things. Okay, we are going to separate from the this iron from its ore. Iron is having the lighter slag which will come out first, and after the molten iron is left in the down of the, because it is occupying the lower layer, no. So the lighter slag which is up on top of that, we are going to separate that first, and also we are going to take the molten iron in the particular furnace. Furnace is having something difference in the size and the shape of the particular thing which is occupying like this. Okay, molten iron and molten iron which is having more density, it is settling down to the particular furnace. Furnace is the apparatus, the instrument apparatus used in the particular process. Okay, and lighter slag, the iron from its ore, let's take, okay, the lighter slag is removed from the top so that the molten is left behind of the particular taken extraction of iron from the ore. Okay, this is the process we are going to do with the application of the separation of two immiscible liquids. Okay, we can take like this for the application of extracting of iron from its ore also. Okay, this is all about the process of separation of mixture from of two immiscible liquids, where both of them are not mixing together, they have different densities, so can happily differ them by taking into separating funnel. Okay, this is all about the process of separating two immiscible liquids children here in this session. Thank you.